What is going on, everyone? Welcome. So I did a little bit of changes here. Hopefully my voice is coming a little better and whatnot. I rearranged my little workstation studio, mics in a different spot, different location. So let me know how the voice is, how the volume on the music to voice ratio and everything. I am trying 1080p again. I'm seeing a lot of red happening, so I don't know how clear it's actually coming through. Maybe I should have went back to 720. I was debating it, but hopefully, everything's working well and good. Let's do a quick roll call here, and I do have a special announcement to make. So we got Responsive Resolve, John German, J-Rad, Dave Collins, Seb Chaps S, what's going on? Dave Collins again, Fudweiser, iNodes, hey, what's going on? Yes, I saw you put that message about just completed your payment, so I opened up my Zelcore wallet so we can go through that. Tenacious D, Adhardi Mishra, Kia Enigma Adventures. Oh, I don't think I butchered that too bad. D Miners, Golden Wolf, what's going on? White Arctic Walker, da Polala Pipi. Oh gosh, Midnight Miner, Stephen Cochin, Caseback 2001, Dream Crypto Miner. Welcome, Midnight. We said that, I believe. And we got some crazy Chinese writing. Sorry, I cannot pronounce that. Maybe I should do a quick, Google Translate or something. But yeah, Fundamental. Welcome everyone. Everything sounds good. Tenacious D, nice. Okay, so I do want to just go to a quick announcement here, and this is from Miner Pool Stats. As you guys know, we talked about it in yesterday's live stream. I did move over to some Ravencoin on Miner Pool here, and they have a reward system here based on 100 mega hash. You do get an extra 10 Ravencoin per 100 mega hash per week, so an incentive to stay on the pool type of thing. And I found it a pretty good profitable pool. I really like this pool. The dashboard is has pretty much anything you could ask for. It has a lot of information here, but I'm not talking about Ravencoin. The reason I just wanted to bring this up, show you the dashboard a little bit, is because Miner Pool recently just dropped Flux. I think it's new. It may have been there for a while, or they just added some stuff, but so they added Flux to their mining pool, and you get extra rewards now from mining Flux through parallel assets. And you also, on top of all that, because that is added into Flux now, because I went through Mining Pool to showcase you guys the extra rewards from the loyalty program. So you're getting double the rewards based on Flux. Now, why am I talking about Flux? What's going on here? I'm going to adjust my screen here. 1 second. We're going to go to the draw screen, I guess. And now I'm going to what to mine. And as you can see, obviously, I have a 6x3070 rig in here. Ethereum is number one as always. But is it? With this new reward system on Flux, we have now almost doubled Ethereum's profitability. Look at Flux. I don't know if it's seeing a pump or a gain. We're sitting at $41.59, almost double of what you're seeing on Ethereum right now. And you can see there's new charts here. There's bonus rewards included by default. There's extra rewards being added to the Flux blocks. Look at this. Bonus rewards included. I don't know what they all are. I don't know all the details on this, but I did want to point this out. Miner Pool. All the pools for Flux, you're getting this bonus stuff now, which is making it extremely profitable at the moment. Again, I don't know how the hash rate or anything works because there is only 892 kilohash. So it may be something, like Raptorium or something or even Rio, where, you are mining, your cards are not producing mega hash, but it's more in the hashes or kilohash type of range here. So keep that in mind. I don't know how the hash rate of that algorithm works. You guys may do. Let me know in the chat if you do. But it is extremely profitable right now. And then you tack this on top of Miner Pool's rewards, you're going to be getting even more rewards. So that was just a quick announcement. I wanted to point that out. This just came to mind in the last half hour. We just realized this. So Miner Pool mixed with Flux is going to be looking extremely profitable. How long this lasts, I have no idea. I don't know if there's a pump. I don't know if it's completely new to the coin and, they revamp something and this is how it's going to be. But, things are always looking promising. Coins are trying to do what they can to get GPU miners and whatnot. And, if this stays like this is definitely credible when it comes to the end of Ethereum. Again, hash rate. If everybody starts pointing towards this, obviously this is going to drop. But I did just want to do a quick point out there for you guys. If you want to try it out or something, go ahead, do it. Check it out. Miner Pool stats also. Is that what it is? Yeah, just Miner Pool. Great pool. Again, I've been using it for Ravencoin. So the price is up over 100%. Okay, well, that is why. It is in a massive pump right now. I should probably add Flux to my little coin chart right here. But that's insane. What is going on? I have no idea. But right now it is looking extremely profitable to mine it, almost double of Ethereum. Again, we see coins pump like this. Rio has done it, other coins have done it, and then by the time you get to the pool, you know, you get your shares and everything built up, it could be back down below everything. But who knows, long term, something is happening on Flux. You know, they added these extra bonus rewards. Looks like What to Mine is adding that as well. So yeah, if you do plan to try it, check out Miner Pool and, you know, mine away on that. So here we are, another announcement I wanted to point out, but first I got to check some stats here. And it looks like we have 47 viewers and 23 likes. So you know what that means? That means smash that like button, guys. Hit that like button. We need to see a lot more likes happening across this live stream right now. But another thing I did want to announce, our member only giveaway. So if you aren't sure what the member is, a member is, you know, a member of the channel. The little join function in the bottom right corner of any one of my videos, as well as the live stream. To become a loyal member, there's 2 tier levels. I've been asked to add a 3rd tier level for, you know, your hardcore loyalists out there, which is much appreciated, obviously. So I may be doing that tomorrow or something. But we are going to be having a giveaway for 100 Bitcoin, not 100 Bitcoin, 100 USD worth of Bitcoin. So 100 USD worth of Bitcoin. It's going to be going to a member only, and this is not me doing this. This is actually one of you guys, member of the community, suggested this, and they're actually giving this away to the other members here. So if you're not a member, you should hit that button, become a member if you want to get in on this draw, because after this live stream, I'm going to be dropping, you know, a short little video, or possibly just a short, to members only. So only members will be able to see it. They will comment on that. I'll do a random comment picker based on that, and then loyal member here will be the winner of that $100 USD in Bitcoin giveaway. So yeah, damn, 100 Bitcoin. I wish I had that. Sorry, Dave Collins. It's 100 USD worth, and it is donated from one of you guys, the community members. So that's much appreciated from you guys, you know, for helping me as well to grow together. So, you know, this is a great community we have here. Much appreciated. And obviously we love all of you. So anyway, this is a live AMA. So pretty much you guys ask me questions. Remember to @ me, super chat me, whatever you do want to do to get my attention, and I'll try to answer your question the best I can. Let's go through chat and see if there is any live questions. Now, usually we do go through, you know, rig picks and whatnot. There aren't too many there. So I kind of want to get it to stack up a little bit so that we can actually, you know, have a decent half hour to an hour of rig picks looking sometime. Maybe I'll start doing an extra stream throughout the week just specifically for rig picks or something. But you know, Saturdays I usually just talk about whatever we do, and then when it comes to, you know, Sundays, I might turn that into the AMA session. So you guys ask me, even though we do an AMA in every live stream, because you guys are always asking questions and I'm here to help you guys out. And then, you know, maybe I'll just try to do an extra live stream in there just to, you know, get through some rig picks or whatnot during the week. Also, I am trying to do, I'm so busy, it's crazy. I also am trying to do members only live streams as well, where only members can see the live stream and, you know, view and all that other stuff. So I am trying to cater to the people that are paying to be a member of the actual channel. So again, Responsive Resolve, welcome to the Wolfpack member. Much appreciated and glad to have you. Thank you very much. And so yeah, ask away, guys. Shoot them questions. Let's see what's going on. Raptorium. Oh yeah, well, while I'm waiting for some questions, iNodes just said they released their first payment since the beta app, and we got an update and everything. But here we are. The payment was released today. Does it have a time? Oh, at 10:09. So like an hour, about an hour and like 4 minutes ago, I received my payment of, looks like, what is that? Is that right? 3,000? What? Am I reading that right? Hold up. I'm hitting all these buttons wrong. So stop. Oh, why did I click on it? Receive, go back to info. So yeah, anyway, we did really drop our thing. So we got 2 payments. Oh, one for each node, I think. Is that how that works? You got an individual payment per node you're on, because I did send that extra stuff. So it looks like I have 2 payments here based on the 2 nodes. I'm just gonna run into the iNode Smart app right quick here. Bam. Could you guys even see that? Because of my screen might be messing that all up. Sorry about that. So I'm going to adjust my screen to full screen mode. That is way too big of a full screen mode. So I'm going to go to my draw. There we go. So here you can see I got 2 payments, November 7th, one for 338, the other one for 2,654. And my total Raptorium just from smart nodes, I got 18,256 Raptorium. And that's not from mining it. This is from sending it to the smart node and being paid out weekly. So this is all like free passive income right here. None of my power, nothing. So all bonus right here. And that's a 212 USD worth in the last, what, 4, 5, 6 payments, so a month and a half or something. That's not too bad at all, really. That definitely adds up, helps you ROI your rigs and everything else. Again, we are holding long term. So I'm going to go into the smart node app here so you guys can see what exactly is going on here. So my stats, collateral, I got $5,000 worth in there. You can click down. Now you can see your Raptorium. It goes through, you know, different currencies and whatnot. We got our own onboarding address. Makes this process so much easier. All you got to do is go to this address. I'll just show you how to get to it. Address, bam. And here we have our own address. I got to move this over here. And now I can mine to this address, or I can just send anything straight to it. This will be your balance right here. And with the minimum of 1,000. So if you have at least 1,000 in this onboarding address through slow payments of mining or straight out transfers from your core wallet or Zelle core wallet, whatever you're using, once you have at least 1,000 Raptorium on your personal onboarding address through this app, when the nodes are ready to load, so they have 1,250,000, so 1.25 million Raptorium happening and ready to load a full node. They will manually push that into the node, and then your balance will disappear. And when this does happen, then you get all your stats right across the board here. Boom, my stats. Move my screen over for you guys, and you can see which node and everything in. So here's my smart nodes. This is the 2 payment systems I got. So my first one, which is right here, this is where I have the, how much do I got in here? I have 353,000. So this payment was that bigger one you saw. And then this was probably my smaller one where I only sent 75,000 to this node. So that is why I did receive 2 payments. I'm assuming it all makes sense in my mind, but that's what I'm guessing. So this is the smart nodes. They're starting to drop. You can see all your payments and everything throughout here. Good stuff. Another payment of smart node hosting through Raptorium. So I see some ads here. Which is more profitable, Raptorium or Monero? Ed, Raptorium is by far way more profitable. XMR it's one of the most known CPU mineable coins, but it is probably one of the least profitable now, which is also kind of sad because when you use NiceHash or you use unminable or something and you do point your CPU on those, that is what they're mining. They're mining XMR. They don't have the other coins implemented into them. So you're really missing out quite a bit when you're using those programs and you plan on CPU mining as well. So I would recommend, if you do use those, point your CPU directly at Raptorium or something. It is by far possibly over double the profits of mining XMR. I did last week or 2 weeks ago, possibly. I did swap over to Monero Ocean, which is a profit switching pool to maximize your XMR payments. And usually most of the time it is Mining Haven, which is a very power efficient coin and a very profitable coin as well for CPUs. But I was still only making under $1 a day per rig that I had on there. So it is not that profitable, even profit switching and getting paid out in XMR. So XMR directly is even less than that. I'm guessing possibly 50 to 70 cents per day per rig. And Raptorium is over $2 per rig right now. So obviously the answer to that question is Raptorium is highly more profitable. Hope that answered your question. I know the ROI may be slightly off this week due to the consolidation increase and rebuilding. We still have 150k RTM to distribute that was saved during the consolidation. Oh, I'm bad with some words. All right. Thank you for the update. I figured that. And I was also thinking, is it the same as like Ethereum 2.0 and everything else? When you do, as more people do stake, do those rewards come down a little bit percentage at a time? Because I did see before it was like 56 point something percent for the yearly, but now it's 53 or 54 or something. So the percentage is down, or is that just based on that? But I'm assuming as more people do add to the nodes, it makes sense that it would come down. And Edwards Jr., sorry for the late reply, but thank you for becoming a Wolfpack member. Much appreciated, and welcome to the family. Hello there. I know. Okay, what do we got here? Dumpfa Metal. Do we have any more ads? No one's asking me questions. What's going on? You guys are all answering each other's questions in the chat there. So insane. Bandon Benihini, hi. What is the best overclocking setting for a 5950X? Well, currently on my 5950X, I am running 3.6 all core at 1 volt. Let's have a quick peek here at mine. So bam. Let's see here. We're gonna look at my afterburner right here, or afterburner. So used to saying that. We're going to be looking at my Ryzen Master. Now, right now, everything's on default. Obviously, nothing is overclocked. We're on default. Maybe I can make this a little bit bigger for you guys on the draw section. Just give me a second. Make this bigger. There we go. That looks a little nicer. So on profile 1 here, you know, I just click that. I got my settings. I have my manual on. Hit apply and we're good to go. But I do run 3.6 all core overclock across every core we got here. And then I'm running at 1 volt. Now people are saying they're pretty stable with the 3900Xs at 3.8 all core at 1 volt, which does make sense because I used to run the 3900X at 0.95. I know you're talking about 5950X, but you know, the same principle kind of applies. We will need a bit more voltage, but I'm going to be doing some future testing here. But a 3950X was stable at 0.95 volts, except for 1 rig. So I just moved everything to 1 volt so I didn't have to, you know, deal with anything happening. So I moved every rig right across the board, the same thing. But with that being said, 1 volt at 3.8 is potentially probably very stable on the majority of the rigs. So when I do get those new rigs coming in that I'm going to be building, I'm going to be putting 1 on the test bench and testing 3.8 at 1 volt. And if it does seem stable, and we're going to do, obviously I'm going to be checking power consumptions. It shouldn't be too much more. Yes, we're using more core, but we're still only at 1 volt. So we shouldn't see too much of an increase. Now, if I do see a better hash to watt ratio and efficiency and everything, I'm probably going to swap all my rigs over to 3.8 at 1 volt. But right now I'm currently running 3.6 at 1 volt on my 3900Xs, my 3950Xs, and my 5950X. So that's what I'm running. Future testing, I'm going to be testing some more settings here coming in soon. So hopefully that does kind of answer your question there. Back into the small screen. Bam, there we go. Nice. I'm getting better at this. All right, what's going on here? What is the best order? How can, and we can even see who is in the nodes. Yeah, you can also see who's sharing the same node as you. Now, speaking of that, I was just looking at my rewards. So I might be sending everything I have gotten so far right back into the smart node here. Possibly sometime today. We'll see. Many more things coming, but back to the mining coverage. Love it. Yeah, back to the mining coverage. The collateral increases happened. That is why. Okay. Oh, so every time the actual node collateral increases, then you see a small decline. Okay, that makes sense. So every time there is a collateral increase across the nodes, which means originally they were what, 500,000 per node, and then they went to was it 750,000, and then it went to 1 million and then 1.25 million. So as they go increases, which is every couple months or something, and what that does do is it takes the smaller nodes off the network and they all have to build bigger. So technically each node at the time when it does the collateral increase, they're gaining more strength. So you're getting bigger, stronger nodes each collateral increase. So it's just making the network backup security system, you know, stronger and stronger every time they do that. Yes, the RTM is per node. Okay. Hey, I know. Okay, blah. What's up? How's everyone today? Hey, Jade traveling Ellen. Okay, I butchered that. Sorry. But hey, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Rim, hi there. Which average kilohash rate you get on the 3900X? You know what? Let's just have a look and find out, because I'm not. Oh, I got the pool set up right here. We're going to go into my wallets, because you can't really, like yesterday I probably had a different average hash rate than I do have today. Every day you are going to see a different average hash rate just based on, you know, what's going on. So let me check my screen so you guys can see this or not. Going down. So I'm gonna have to adjust this again. Still not big enough. Still not big enough. Oh my gosh. Let's just make it tiny then. Okay, how's that? You guys can mostly see them. But now you guys probably can't see the numbers too well. But rig 3 here, 2.79. Rig 1 is 3.25. So rig 1 all the way up to 6 are 3900Xs. Rig 7 and 8 are 3950Xs. And my workstation, which is offline right now, is a 5950X. But you can see rig 3, 2.79, rig 1, 3.25, 3.32 on rig 2. Rig 7 is 4.27. Rig 4, 3.25. Rig 6 is 3.33. Rig 5 is 3.2. Rig 8 is 4.15. And my workstation is 3.55. Remember, my workstation is off right now because I'm live streaming when I'm doing a video, and I'm making, you know, a video on my gaming channel as well as playing the game to make that video. My workstation is offline, and it gets really sad sometimes, because in my workstation is, well, it used to be my most powerful GPU, but now the 3090 is in the Octominer. But I got the 5950X as well as a EVGA non-LHR FTW3 before LHR even came out, 3080 in my workstation. So I'm losing quite a bit of hash rate when I do these live streams, when I, play a game, when I make videos, when I do all sorts of stuff. But that's okay, because, I enjoy doing all this stuff and it's fun. But I just want to keep in mind, let everyone know that this is, an oddball workstation miner, because it is my workstation. So it's not always on all the time. It's on probably 10 to 12 hours per day mining overnight and whatnot, but it is also off like half the day. So keep that in mind when I do a lot of my numbers and whatnot in the future. But it looks like a 3900X is over 3 kilohash for the most part. The other day, 2 days ago, I was about 4.2 kilohash across almost every rig. It was insane. They must have hit like a high rotation more often than other times, but that is the average things I am seeing right now. And when you actually look at like mineraptorium.com, let's just take a look at that right quick. Mine. I totally butchered that. What's going on here? Oh, why are you doing this to me today? Mineraptorium.com. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. I'm totally spelling something wrong or something. You guys get to witness all my mistakes. Oh, here we go. Just pops up now. All right, there we go. So I forgot what I was gonna say here. So let's just look at a 3900X1. So it is saying an average hash rate of 3.5. Now that's actually pretty close to what we are getting now with my efficient settings. But previously, in order, 3.3. Mineraptorium 3.5. So yeah, 3.3. So that's not bad. We're pretty close doing efficient settings. Now remember, right now I'm running 3.6 at 1 volt, getting 3.32 kilohash average, and it's saying 3.5 is your average. Now that's if you like maximize, you're running 4.1 at like 1.25 volts or something. But right now I'm averaging 97 watts per 3900X rig. To get the 3.5, which is a slight increase in hash rate, is over double the power consumption. I was seeing an average hash rate of like 180 to 190 watts. I was hitting peaks of over 200 watts in the high rotation and lows of like 130, 140 watts in the low rotations. Now with my 3.6 at 1, my maximum I think I hit was maybe around 160, 150 something, and my low was 80 watts. Obviously you average it out and it only worked out to be 97 watts. So you're saving a massive amount of power when it does come down to running efficient over maximum hash rate. There's some other guys out there in videos saying, hey, you know what? Why wouldn't you maximize it? Why would you want to save power? Well, there's a lot of reasons. What if you're power limited? What if, you're running 120 volt? You can only sit up to maximum of 1,550 watts on a single one. Sure, you can run 6 rigs, but you're only running like 3 rigs if you have those things overclocked. So there's a lot of different reasons for it. If your power price is expensive, distribution charges like I have, or you also got to pay for a more expensive, bulkier NHD 15 or bigger cooler on top to make your rig even more expensive. In my mind, it just does not make any sense to waste power when it comes to mining stuff. The few extra hash rates, mega hash, whether it's on a GPU or anything, I don't really think it's worth it long term, because you're just missing out on your power price and everything. If you do pay, even if you pay for your power, if you have free power, it doesn't matter. But I pay for my power with my crypto and everything, and I don't not want to be spending. I want to be spending as least amount as possible unless I have to. Yes, I do a full tune every single time, and as soon as you change the settings, so like if you put XMP profile on your RAM, do a full tune all over again. If you change from 3.6 to 3.8 gigahertz, do a full tune again. It is recommended whenever you change any type of settings to erase your tune config file. If you're in Windows, do a full tune. You can delete it in HiveOS. It's a little harder. I do have a command someone found for me. I gotta drop that somewhere, possibly in Discord or something. Join the Discord if you're not, because that's where all our information flows. So become a Discord member if you're not a member, is that as well. But yeah, you can delete it in HiveOS. There is a command that someone sent me that figured it out. But yes, it is recommended full tune anytime you change any type of setting, just so you can maximize the performance out of that CPU for the tuning that you got. What's your best average for the 5950X? I don't really know. Like, I think I was up to like 4.85 one day, but I do not have a dedicated 5950X rig to actually get a full example on, because like I said, it's only mining half the day to 3/4 of the day because I'm using it other times of the day. I don't have any 30 amp outlets, so efficiency is important. Yeah, Midwest Miner, he knows what I'm talking about. How efficient is GPU mining? Well, it depends on the GPU and stuff, really. Let's take a look at what to mine. Then we'll look at 3060 Ti, for example. It all depends. Algorithms change as well. Different algorithms. If you're CPU mining on XMR, you're going to be using more power than you are on like Raptorium and stuff because it's more intensive, it's heavier on it. But let's look at a 3060 Ti, for example. It is saying 58, so really we do about 61 to 63 megahash on a 3060 Ti, and it is actually 136 watts. So we're using 136 watts on a 3060 Ti. Obviously we're super profitable right now. We're almost at $6 on the single card on Flux right now, but $4.62 per day on Ethereum, and at about 136 watts. Obviously you start stacking everything up and things are gonna start looking like a lot. So a little bit of an increase. Like I like to use this example all the time. Like say you bought all RTX 3080s, non-LHR, so Founders Editions, or before LHR came into play. You have a 30 amp 240 volt breaker, so that gives you at 80% like 5700 watts or something, right? 7200 watts peak, but you never want to go peak. You always want to run around 80%. You know, you have that leeway. You can run peak, but that's only for applications where everything ramps up, but then it stops and it gives time for your lines to cool down. So spike stuff, you can run max of your lines. But if you're running 24/7, 365 days a week, you do want to run 80% because you won't have that cooldown time throughout your lines and your electricity. So 80% is about 5700 watts, I believe. So if you were to put fill that right up with just 3080s, for example, you get about 2 gigahash on Ethereum. So you get 2 gigahash on Ethereum for about 5700 watts. Now if you were to fill that exact same lineup with 3060 Ti's, you will be getting 2.5 gigahash for the same amount of power. So you're getting an extra 500 megahash for the same amount of power. That is how long term, once you stack and rigs and everything up, you do notice it at the wall long term. So if you only have, if you're CPU mining with only 1 or 2 rigs, then it's okay, I guess, to stack that up. But you know, I have 8-9 rigs right now. I have 8 dedicated rigs right now. I have 2 more coming, so I'm gonna have 10 dedicated CPU mining rigs. I'm running them efficient. Why would I want to use, I could use the same amount of power with 12 CPU mining rigs running efficiently than 6 of them, you know, ultimately 6 of them running super overclocked. It doesn't make any sense long-term, power consumption, all that stuff. So that's kind of how efficiency does play apart from the two. What is the efficiency of Raptorium GPU mining? It's not. I kind of tested that yesterday. I threw my whole Octominer rig on top of, let's see, let's take a look here. Let's look at all my GPUs, so just get an idea of power consumptions here. Now it doesn't use as much of Ethereum. It uses a little bit less power, but I was about 1800 watts here going all in with this rig. Can you guys see all this? Let me check. I might have to adjust some stuff. So here's my Octominer rig. So we got a 480 gig or 470 4 gigabyte card, a 3090, 3070, 3060 Ti, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3060 Ti's, a single 3060, and another RX 580 4 gigabyte card. There's a 3070 in here somewhere. Yeah, right there. So I threw this whole thing on our Raptorium. We did get up to about 15 kilohash or something. Depending on the rotation, you know, it could drop way down, it could go way up. I've hit rotations testing this for 10 minutes at a time where my 3900X was getting was hashing more than all these GPUs put together, and we were using like 16 to 1700 watts based on Hive OS here. Right now we're using 1.8 kilowatts, which is 1830 watts, but I was around 1600 watts or something, so 1600 watts mining Raptorium on that. Now if I was doing that with GPUs, I would be like, so what is that? Let's go 97 times 9 rigs. 97 times 9. So I was using 873 watts for 30 some kilohash when this was doing 1800 watts for 16 kilohash or something. So at the current state of GPU mining Raptorium, it's not recommended whatsoever. If you want to test it and help the dev out, sure, by all means go for it, but it's just not doable. Same thing applies XMR. You can mine it with a GPU, but it just doesn't make it a good idea. Just because you can mine something with a GPU or a CPU doesn't mean it's a good idea to do so, unless you have free power, you don't care, you love the coin or network, then by all means do it. But sometimes just don't do it, even though you can. So I hope that kind of answered your question there. Let's get back to the small screen. Go back. Do we have more questions? Yes, I did the full tune. We went through that. He has to save money. He is sending me an Octominer. D-miners. Yeah. Speaking of Octominer, they did get back to me. They said, yeah, I love the video, all that stuff. But they are going to be dropping single order releases allegedly. So once I get more details, I'll make a video, whatever. Maybe we'll do a live stream depending when I get the info. But they're supposed to be allowing single orders. Previously, it was orders of 5, but I was contacting them because I did have a lot of interest from a lot of you out there that did want to get some of these. So they did say they were going to start dropping just single orders instead of, minimum of 5 limits. What is the overall hash rate of all your GPUs, including your 3090? Are you up to 1 gigahash yet? No, I am not up to 1 gig. Well, if I went to Ergo, I'd be up at 1 gigahash, but Ethereum, I'm at 900. Actually, I'll just go to FlexPool here. I'm 100 megahash short because our 3080 is offline, so I'm at 786 now. I am about 900, no, not 900, 894. Yeah, 894 something. So I'm like 106 megahash short of hitting that 1 gigahash limit. I'm so close, but yet it feels like it is so far away, especially with today's market and GPUs. Another thing I want to point out, last night, guys, we were talking about this yesterday, remember? I set my gas limit at 65 and it always pays off to be efficient. I woke up this morning and my payment went through of like, what was I at? I was like 0.19 something. I was almost at 0.2 where I said, okay, I'm going to up the gas to possibly 80, but I won't go over 100. Yeah, I woke up 65 gas limit. It went through. Looks like we hit a nice low point last night. So it does pay to go off. So I only charged, so to send all my ETH to me, I think I only paid like $3.50, $4 instead of upping it to like $10 or $12. So we did save a lot of money just from, laying low and being patient. So it does pay off. And I encourage you guys, just because your payment is due, just don't give in to the broken Ethereum. Ethereum is severely broken right now with all their fees and everything. Like, it is not helping the network. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this network just up and dies, and almost I hope it does. But that's a totally another topic on its own. But remember, just stay patient, hang in there, and eventually you will just get your payment. That's all it takes is patience, guys. Uh-oh, I killed my website. There we go. Upsy daisy. There we go. All right, what do we got? Moving on. What's next after RTM? You gonna public what you mine like you did with RTM? Yeah, for sure. When I find something new, I'll do that. But long term, I'm probably gonna be on Raptorium for a long time until I hit at least 1 million coins or more. And if it's still the most profitable coin, I'm just gonna keep mining it. Because why would you not keep mining it? Sure, we might put a rig on something else just to see what it's like, but in the end, right now, it just looks like RTM will be the thing. But yeah, if I ever do find another coin or something out there, I'll definitely be letting you guys know and keep everybody up to date for sure. So if you want to stay up to date on the most profitable coins, whether it's a GPU, CPU, whatever, make sure you do subscribe right now. Whoa. Yeah, you like that pitch? That was a good pitch, huh? So ZSX breakout boards on a 3950. Okay, the CPU cord is daisy chained. The ZSX boards, as well as Parallelminer's Picos alone, they're only rated for a maximum of 180 watts. So technically, if you run 3.6 at 1 volt, you could get away with it. But if you plan on doing any type of increase in your clock, I would not recommend the ZSX board or those Picos. I do have Picos on mine currently, but they are 300 watt Picos, which I'm running, R-Geeks. If you guys missed that video, check it out. It's probably right here somewhere. Right here. Check that video out right there. 5 CPU mining rigs running off a 1200 watt server power supply right there. You can see I'm using this fancy little breakout board that's kind of like right there. It's all 14 gauge wire coming out of it. And I'm running currently 5 CPU rigs off that. So and it is working great. But that is a 300 watt Pico that I am using as well. And the ZSX is only rated at 180 watts max. What is the power? Okay, wait. Every time I update HiveOS, I have an issue on a GPU and have to do a full shutdown of HiveOS. You have this issue. My overclocks are solid and are after a full reboot. Cryptith, which GPUs are you running? Are they AMD? Are they AMD cards? Because I kind of want to run through something here for AMD cards. Let me adjust my screen so you guys can see this. So this is my AMD rig right here, this Rabid Mining. On this rig, I got a 5600 XT, two 5700 XTs. Now these are XTs. They are BIOS modded to non-XTs. It's funny because when the 5700s came out and the XTs, everyone was BIOS modding from 5700 to the XT version. I did the opposite. I went from XT to non-XT because I found it more efficient for the same amount of mega hash. So, you know, if you want to try that out, try it out. But I did do a reference mod as well. But yeah, so that's what I'm running here. We got some 480s and 580s here, 470s, all 8 gigs. But this is an AMD rig. And as you can see, I have a lot of updates that I did not do. Look at that, like a lot. Like, I don't know, it's been months since I updated this, because if I go one version past where I'm at right now on this rig, all these settings, these rigs crash. The overclock settings don't want to work. I have to pump up my voltages and everything, and, you know, ultimately end up using more power. So I don't know if HiveOS did something or if Team Red Miner changed something past this point, but as soon as I upgrade past this current version that I'm on, I got to pump up my voltages and wattages or everything, or I'm constantly getting crashes, and, you know, they just don't want to run. So I am stuck on this version from a long time ago. I talked about this a few weeks ago and someone else had this same issue. So I don't really know 100% what's going on, but I'm stuck at this HiveOS version for the past few months, and I am not updating. Every time a new version does come out, I try to update it to it, and it's the same thing. So I just go right back to this old version, and I just keep it here because I'm not touching this unless I absolutely have to. So yeah, I don't know. That's why I asked you if you had AMD rigs or something, because updating it to past this version seems to just, you know, wreck your rigs. They do not want to run unless you increase all your voltages and everything across the board. Bam. Okay, let's see here. What is the power PSU in that box? What is the power? That's a 1200 in this one here. Or are you talking about the Octominer? D miners. Which box are you referring to? This CPU mining rig build or the Octominer build? Let me know. Did you hear about OBTC, Optical BTC? Edward Jr. No, I have not heard that. Congratulations on being on the Reddit post. Which Reddit post do you talk about? Are you referring to that article about sharing CPU mining profits? Edward Jr., let me know. Right now, I still have my GUI at 40, and I still have almost 0.4 ETH waiting to be paid on EtherMine. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever see 40 too much, but we did hit 65 last night. At least 65. I don't know what it dipped down to, though. Thank the Lord. Boop, boop. 2.6 ETH and growing. Oh, nice. What's better, setting the payment threshold at 40 or 60? It all depends. I really don't think we're going to see a 40 GUI anytime this year or next year or ever. No, gas fees are super high. It may drop down to 40, but you may be waiting for a long time. 65, I was waiting for a week or a week and a half just to get that payment. So that's kind of shows you how bad it is. 1200 watt server PSU on that 110 equals 900 watts. Yes. On actually, I think on 110 it might only be 800 watts. I'm hearing mixed things. Parallelminer told me that 120 volt it's 900 watts and 110 volt it's actually 800. But a lot of other sources do just say that it's 900, whether it's 110 or 120. So I can't confirm or deny it. But again, it's at least 800 to 900 watts if you're using underneath 200 volt on a 1200 watt server power supply. My favorite CPU for mining, Yama, that is the best price to performance right now is the 3900X. For sure, top dog. It's pretty cheap. I just ordered 2 more of them because they're on sale. That's another thing. I was looking at let me see if I can find this right quick. Hopefully it doesn't DOS me or anything. Amazon's, check out, oh, look at me and my bad spelling. Amazon that. I'm gonna swap this around so nothing gets changed. All right, looks good. All right, I can come back now. So here we are on good old Amazon. Adjust my screen for you guys. So I like to search this thing every couple days or something. This is the old Amazon Business Prime account because we are 100% business orientated now. But anyway, I was looking at X470 MSI motherboards this morning, and guess what? You guys bought them all. Like, seriously, they're scalped out. So maybe that article that guy wrote is true. Like, look at this. $196 Amazon Prime, $225 X470s. Like, they're gone. I just bought 2 of them 3 or 4 days ago for $110. They were on sale on Warehouse, and now absolutely nothing. Zero, zilch. You guys bought them all up. Thanks a lot. Now I can't even make any more CPU miner rigs because there's no motherboards left. I am not paying scalpers these insane prices. I don't know what's wrong with them. Oh, here's one for 129. That's a B450. That's not an X470. All right. So bottom line, X470 MSI gaming max motherboards are gone, guys. Gone. I'm sad. These are sad times. Very, very sad times. Now it's getting harder to find CPU mining rig stuff. Red Panda bought them at $89.99 yesterday. There were none yesterday. I checked. They've been gone for about 2 or 3 days now. Right after I ordered those last 2, I haven't seen them on there since. So, but yeah, I don't know. Thanks a lot. All the boards are gone. It's sad times in CPU mining land, guys. Thanks a lot. What's the most profitable LHR card? I don't really know. I haven't really dealt in LHR. I haven't been able to test any because I don't have any. I got 2 3060 LHR version 2s. One's mining Ethereum right now at 34 to 35 mega hash, and the other one's in the little 7-year-old's gaming PC, which she mines Ethereum as well as Ravencoin back and forth. But when it comes to the most profitable LHR card, I don't really know because I don't buy them. I stay away from them. I just think they're a waste of money, especially for the price that they are, for the performance that they give, and the power that they use. You know, it's like a big 3 strikes right there. I just can't do it myself. No waiting. 2 miners is really nice. I switched. Are you excited for the rumored 3090 Ti? Probably not. It's probably gonna be LHR. Is there really a 3090 Ti? I don't know. I know the 3080 Supers, the 2060s, 12 gigabyte versions are supposed to be coming out, and a whole bunch of other things. I don't know. Nvidia, they got a mess ahead of them. Why are they making so many different GPUs when they can barely make one as it is? And EVGA, you heard about them. They made all those cards, and now they got stolen out of the trucks. So who knows what's going on there? Yep, 110 with tax this morning for the X470. That's insane. Just buy a GPU from Newegg. They'll force you to buy a motherboard. Yeah, no doubt, huh? Now motherboards too. All Rapids and RTM's full. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry, guys. Well, at least you guys are getting some Raptorium. You know, I could have just not said anything for another couple months. I'd probably be at about 2 million Raptorium coins by now. But you know what? We dropped the hammer. We let you guys know about it. And, you know, it's a good coin. Looking at the new Intel chip, it seems air cooling is out. These things need liquid cooling. I know, Intel. Oh my gosh. I dropped that video. Is it here? Yeah, this one right here. Check it out. Did you guys see this video? A lot of gamers did, I think. Let me scroll up a bit. See this one? Yeah, that's me in my Rabid Mining hoodie. You know, I do wear that in public. People look at me funny sometimes. They're like, what? But yeah, Intel's Alder Lake, another huge letdown. Now I didn't put that in. I was expecting it to be fairly hot, but I didn't say anything about temperatures. But just looking at the sheer specs of that CPU, it's trash. It's not a good miner. Like, it's only got 30 megabytes of L3 cache. 30. The 3900X, the 3950X, the 5900X, the 5950X have 64 megabytes of L3 cache. Just spec wise alone, you can tell it's only going to use an X amount of threads to mine. Raptorium requires 2 megabytes per thread to mine per thread. So what is that? It's a 16 core 24. So it's got the same amount of cores as a 3950X and a 5950X, but only the same amount of threads as a 3900X and a 5900X. So it's a mixed middle between the two. But then again, it has less than half the L3 cache that the Ryzen counterparts have. So we did the numbers here. I did it in that video. A lot of people hated that video. I think it was a lot of gamers talking about it and saying how it was misleading everyone, and I'm just an AMD fanboy. But sorry, guys, the truth does hurt. But anyway, 30 megabytes divided by 2. You'll only be running 15 threads on Raptorium on a 16-core, 24-thread CPU. Right there, you already know you're hindered. And then let's move over. Let's say you're doing Haven. So that's 30. You need Haven, which is the most profitable coin on Monero Ocean to get paid on XMR majority of the time. That requires 5 megabytes of L3 cache per thread. So Intel's at 30 megabytes, a 16-core, 24-thread CPU is only utilizing 6 threads to mine Haven. So yeah, like Intel, what is going on here? It's been 3 years. You think they would learn something by now. But again, you know, we got the other side. Gamers are saying, yeah, this is the best thing to happen. This is an awesome CPU. But you need liquid cooling. This thing runs hot. It's Intel's 14 nano. Actually, it might be down to 12 nanometers now. I don't even know. But, you know, like, it runs hot. It's an Intel CPU. It runs hot. You need expensive cooling on it. All sorts of things for very mediocre performance. And that's another thing I tried to point out in that video as well. Like, if you're a gamer and a workstation user, why not go Ryzen? Like, everyone on the comments that got a lot of negative thumbs down, that video, but that's all right. I just knew that it hit a lot of bones and a lot of people couldn't handle what the truth was when it came to that CPU, even though I have not been able to test it physically, and I don't plan on to it unless Intel sends me one, because I am not wasting money with an Intel CPU. But yeah, that's just the bottom line. It's just not that great. just by looking at the specs, you knew right away, do not buy this thing for any type of CPU mining that's profitable. Is there a way to overclock CPUs on HiveOS? Sam Fisher, you have to do it in your BIOS. And I do have, it's not on this page here. Possibly the next page. Let's see. I do have a CPU mining BIOS update, you know, type of video somewhere. Where is it? Nope, not there. One of these pages here. And if you're not sure, you know, what I'm looking at right now, this is my own website. This is the rabidmining.com website. So feel free to, you know, hang out, join up. I haven't done a blog post for a while, but I do blog posts on things like rig builds and whatnot. But I can't find that video now, unless I passed it. But there is a video here. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's the hardware list. Okay, I can't find it. There's a video here somewhere that I do tell you all your BIOS settings and how to change them across 2 or 3 different brands of BIOSes. So keep that in mind. You do, for HiveOS, have to adjust your motherboard, clocks, cores, everything throughout the BIOS section. You can't do it like Windows and Ryzen Master. But even if you prefer BIOS, a lot of people prefer the BIOS over Ryzen Master and everything because they find it more stable or something. So keep that in mind too. You can use the BIOS too if you just want a Windows mine. I have that on my one in case it ever restarts. Yo, what's your thoughts on Flux? It's going nuts right now. I have just Lucky Mining. I know we were looking at that. We were talking about it a little bit when that stream first opened up. I did a special announcement. I have no idea what's going on with Flux, but yeah, profits are going definitely insane across that coin. Like, look at a single 30. Do I still have the 3060 in here? No, I don't. Where's the 3060? Let's just look at a 3080. Single 3080 card right now. If you guys can see this. Look at that. Flux, $8.29 on Flux currently. Yeah, it's going through the moon, but they have extra added bonuses included onto this, which is why I was pointing out Miner Pool. Join up Miner Pool if you want to test that out. I encourage you guys to check out Miner Pool because they have the loyalty weekly things. You'll be getting the blockchain parallel asset bonuses as well as mining to the pool bonuses, which grants you, you know, a whole bunch extra. Now, what is their actual bonus here? I guess if we click on it, it might tell us. It's not letting me click. We'll check it out. I might, you know, put a card or something on that later on, but definitely check that out. As for the network itself, I have no idea what is happening to Flux right now, but yes, it's pumping for sure. My 3700X is at 2.2 hashes. Not bad. That's good for that for sure. I think the little ones is a 3700X. It's doing about 1.9 to 2 kilohash. It's using CL16 RAM over 14, I believe, because it was cheaper to build her gaming rig that way, but it's doing not too bad. Still have an old X58. No. I think there's going to be problems with 0.1% lows. Gamers will figure it out. People used to say Intel runs smoother. I don't think so anymore. Yeah, I don't think so anymore either. Because also, if you are mining with an Intel CPU, that's where you do notice you do have to free up, you know, a thread or two in order to do any background work. When it comes to these Ryzen's, 3900s, 5000 series, whatever, full bore, max amount of threads going, and I can still operate in the background, no problem, no issues while mining with these Ryzen CPUs. So they're absolute monsters. Love the X99 and similar platforms. I thought you could use Ryzen Master for CPU overclocks. Yes, Midwest Miner, you totally can. If you're in Windows, that's what I use. I use Ryzen Master right here for overclocking my CPU. So these are all my CPU settings, profile. Ran through that a bit earlier, but yeah, for HiveOS, you do have to do it in your actual BIOS settings. Got a PC with a 3070 in Hive doing RTM and Eth and making that ROI. Nice. What are we doing here, guys? 53 viewers, 48 likes. Smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, guys. Let's keep it rolling. You know, don't forget the super trusty super chat. You know, Any donation is much appreciated, 100%. That way we can, you know, afford to try out some other parts to showcase to you guys. What else we got going on? Do another announcement here for the $100 in USD or in USD, $100 USD worth of Bitcoin. I will be dropping a quick short or something to members only after this live stream. And so members only will be able to view it. Once they see it, you know, just place any type of comment underneath that to you members. And I will do a random comment picker and we will see who the actual winner is. That is 100 USD worth of Bitcoin donated from a member out there, one of you guys. So one of you guys did do this to help the channel and help us get more members and all that other stuff. So much appreciated to you guys. You CPU heads are getting my attention. You CPU heads, Budweiser, you know all about it. You know all about them CPUs. We've had your attention for a while. About to buy my first Ryzen 9 tonight for mining. Nice. Remember, what other things could happen? Like CPU mining is not going to be affected by Ethereum 2.0 or the merge hash rate, unless obviously you guys, you know, go out and sell all your GPUs and buy all the CPUs. Then obviously it's gonna affect it. But for the most part, as direct hash rate, it's not going to be affected by Ethereum 2.0. So seeing how we're profitable right now, you might think, oh, $2, $3 a day per rig doesn't seem like that much. Well, last month, 2 months ago, I was making almost $1,000 per day on my 6 rigs. That's insane profits. Obviously, the difficulty, everyone caught on to it after we dropped them videos and you guys all started buying CPUs. But it is still at $2 to $3 per day per rig. Profitability. Remember, after the merge happens, a 3060, a 3080, you might not be making, you'd be in the red, negative for, you know, a good couple months. So keep that in mind. Future mining is going to change a lot, and that's why I'm looking more into, you know, buying CPUs while they're cheap. But now you guys are buying them all up, so they're getting more expensive, or you just can't find them. No, that's kind of funny though. Or, you know, there's also other alternatives out there, like, you know, the much hated ASICs. But hey, an L7 app miner, you guys looked into that thing, $150 some US Canadian per day. That thing's almost 40 to 50,000 per year. You get 2 or 3 of those together, that's $150,000 a year. Think about that for a second. ASIC mining with these new ones coming out could become extremely profitable. But again, at the same time, you can't find them. Bitmain's not sending them out. I've been messaging every single ASIC manufacturer and wholesaler and everything out there, and nobody even wants to talk to me. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I would really love to test one of those and get my hands on one. But oh, so much stuff going on there. But yeah, these new ASICs are coming out. But remember, it's the same thing. All these ASICs come out, then, you know, the difficulty is going to go up and it brings the profits back down again. We don't know how many are actually manufactured, how many are going to be made, how many is actually coming out, when they're actually going to be coming out. They should have been out already, but they're not. So yeah, we have no idea what's going on. KD5 ASIC. Yes, that KD5. Oh my gosh, it is a machine as well. I messaged Goldshell a little while ago and I was like, hey, can I test this thing out? They're like, sorry, we have none in stock. But yeah, you can sign up for an email and pre-order. I said, no, I'm asking you if I can, you know, test one out and showcase it for you guys. And they're like, then they keep coming back with the same second auto reply. Sorry, but you can possibly try to pre-order one and sign up for a newsletter. You're not understanding what I'm asking you guys. Oh, you got a KD5? Nice. Oh man, I really want to try these other ASICs because there's a lot of profitable ones out there. It's insane, but they ever break down and then the repairs and all the other stuff. But yeah, if it hard forks to something else, but you know, Litecoin, the script algorithm, all those coins, I don't think they're ever going to hard fork. They're going to remain where they're at for a very long time. It's my job to build rigs for people. D-miners, nice. It's your full-time job. Well, you know what? Find me a way to get stuff, D-miners. I need to showcase more stuff here. You know, we need to do all these testing. Mining Banano, Raven, RTM, XMR, Flux, XMR. Oh my gosh. See, you're hitting it all. You know, it's good to have multiple bags across multiple hands. Which way do you use to sell your Flux? I don't know. I don't have any Flux. I don't even know what wallet supports. Does Zelcore support Flux? Oh, I gotta log back in now. I'll check it out later. But yeah, I don't have any Flux yet. I gotta set everything up for Flux, but I do plan on mining it all. So I might put it, like I said, I might put a JPU or something on it. You've been trying to get a KD5, people. They want 50,000 for it now. Really? Is it that high now? Oh my gosh. I know everything. They used to be really cheap. The KD5s were like dirt cheap. That's why a lot of people want them. But you know, as stock drops, just like everything else, scalper, scalper, scalper. If there's a demand for something, those prices go right through the moon for sure. And as you do that, like people don't realize, like your ROI goes way up. So if something happens, like you used to have like what, a couple month ROI, once it moves to like a 1 year, 2 year ROI, why are you gonna do that? Same thing on Kijiji and whatnot. When I find people selling mining rigs, I'm like, you realize that's like a 1.5 year ROI, which nobody is gonna want to buy that for that price, especially with Ethereum moving to this, and it's going to add another, you know, 2 years to your ROI. They just come back with saying, sorry, I can't, or I don't know, or, you know, stuff like that. Like there's a lot of stuff going out there that people aren't really understanding what's happening. Oh, you mean Raptorium? I have not sold any Raptorium either, but if you go to the Raptorium website, which we'll just check out now, if I can spell this right, raptorium.com, roll in there, click on their exchanges here, and you can see these are the exchanges. Can you guys see that? Do I adjust my screen? Let's try this. Bam. So here you can see where you can, so we got Trade Ogre, South Exchange, Dex Trade, what is that, QTrade.io, and Gravix. These are the 4 exchanges. Each one has a different pair. Some are LTC pairs, some are US, I think Dex Trade is USDT pair. So if you want to swap it over to USDT and then change it to whatever, you know, address you want, where you can cash into actual fiat or whatever you want to do with it, I believe Dex Trade can do that. But yeah, just go to raptorium.com, click on one of these exchanges, and if it has like a pairing you want, like BTC or whatever, like I just said, a USDT, you can just do it that way. But those are the current exchanges that does support it. Again, as the coin grows and everything develops, more and more exchanges would potentially list it. And you know what happens if, say, crypto.com, Coinbase, Binance starts listing Raptorium? You know, the moon, guys, the moon. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, my Antminer S9, I bought them with a 1 year ROI, but I will sell them in the next month or so with BTC going up. Yeah, S9s. Which S9s? I know the new ones are like what, 119 or 116 terahash for a little over 3,000 watts. Those are insane monsters, but still, there's so much hash rate on that Bitcoin network that you definitely need like 2 cents power to be really profitable. It's just insane. I have an old 12-core Xeon CPU. It is worth to mine Raptorium with. You can try it. It might not. Again, it all depends on the L3 catch and the thread. So how many threads does that have surfing, and what's the L3 catch on it? Just divide your L3 catch by 2, and that'll let you know how many threads you can optimize across that CPU. East Coast, nice. Gotta head that way for some seafood. Nice. Good stuff. So do we have any other questions out there, guys? Just rolling in. Questions. AMA time. AMAs. How's the actual quality and stuff though? We're still at 1080. I don't know what type of delay we're having. Are we having any freeze ups or anything? Ergo was supposed to come out with the NFT. Surprise price didn't go up. Ergo actually had a hard fork this morning really early. I did drop that short if you guys missed it. Vega cards especially. Like here you go. Here it is. Emergency Ergo miner update. Let's just check out the Team Red Miners site here. Just kind of go through it. But Ergo had a massive, well, not, I guess it's, what happened here? Team Red Timer. That's not what we want. We don't want Team Red Timer. Team Red Miner. There, bam. Adjust my screen again. Okay, so look at this. Emergency release for all Ergo miners. You must upgrade to this version before block 614,400. Roughly 24 hours from the time. Now, this has gone and passed. That was like 4 or 5 hours ago when they hit that block. So, you know, mainly Vegas, a bunch of other AMDs lost like 50 to 80% of your hash rate. So if you're mining Ergo and you weren't aware of this, better go check your rigs, update Team Red Miner, because you lost a lot of hash rate. There was like, I can't even remember, like 8 or 9, 10 terahash dropped off the Ergo network because of all this. And yeah, so they went through some hard fork. Everything got changed around after this block. I don't really know the full details on it at this time. But if you are mining this with a AMD card, update Team Red Miner like ASAP. Did you get baited into mining Chia? I didn't really get baited. I tested it. I still am testing. I got 2 hard drives. total of 14 terabytes. I'm making about 49 to 60 cents per day. Yep, that's right. You heard that right. Under $1. But yeah, I'm trying it out. I'm still doing it. Long-term hold is very, very slow. I'm mining to Flex Pool for that. But yeah, I would not recommend going out buying a whole bunch of drives and stuff for it, because obviously it's not worth it. But who knows what happens? Say next year, what if it goes back to like $3,000 a coin? That would be insane. Again, I've never really looked into Chia. You know, everyone was doing. I thought, hey, you know what? I'll throw a hard drive or something on it, see what happens. Obviously, it's a fail, but a lot of people do still like Chia mining for real, for farming. And they say long term, you know, it may have big potential. So again, we cannot tell what's going to happen tomorrow. Right now, obviously, it looks bad, but 3 years ago, 4 years ago, everything looked bad also while mining. But look at it right now. 1080 rigs, 1060 rigs are mining like 1-2 Ethereum a month. Now you're mining like 0.2 Ethereum per month, and it's extremely profitable. What if you would have caught the bag? So right now, maybe, you know, stacking up some Chia for 2-3 years time, maybe worth it, may not. I have no idea. Any other news with Ergo? Bride will be soon in lace with CCX Conceal on another great project. Huh. I was not aware of that. So interesting. Good stuff there. I got 2.1 Chia after a ton of fall failing. Team Red Miner and LOL Miner both received updates dedicated to Ergo recent changes. What about other miners, like for example T-Rex? Do they need to update as well? Nothing released yet. I'm not sure. I heard some people had to crank up their power a little bit on their NVIDIA cards for actual Ergo. I have not put anything on it. I'm not mining Ergo currently. I've been mining it for the past couple months, so I did actually just swap my 4 GB cards over onto Ravencoin just to get a little bit of a bag there before, you know, the forking, or not the forking, but the halving and everything does happen. Because right now is prime time to mine all these other coins, because we got halving happening in January on Ravencoin. We got the merge happening middle of next year, and when that does happen, ultimately every coin you're gonna be mining a lot less of it. So technically every coin right now is a huge spec mine other than Ethereum to, you know, build up your biggest potential future gains. So is it almost worth it not mining Ethereum and mining something else for a possible potential, or do you stick to Ravencoin or Ethereum? That is another big gamble, is that, you know, some people might be taking. I don't get this helium thing. I think they're doing something nefarious. I have no idea how the whole helium thing works as well. I have 0 helium miners. I try to get some to showcase, but I've had a lot of promises that have not came through. So I don't really know what's going on with that, so I can't comment on helium. But a lot of people are, you know, saying it's pretty good and profitable. So power to them for doing it. I just have not been able to test it myself, and I just don't have all this extra money to throw around to, you know, get everything. Maybe one day once we're huge like Panda or something, we might be able to do all that. But current state we're in right now, just can't do it. Sorry for my French keyboard. Ergo Bridge GE with CCX. Okay, gotcha. No problem with your French keyboard. My wattage at the wall dropped even more after switching to Ergo from ETH. Oh yeah, for sure. Ergo is a way more efficient coin than Ethereum. Your hash rate pretty much doubles from Ethereum, and your power consumption goes down about 20 or 30%. So it's all just depends on the algorithm, how the algorithm works. So that is a much more efficient algorithm than ETH, which Ethereum runs off of. So you will notice that power drop for sure. You guys ordered some Bobcats. Nice. Helium is flawed. Yeah. Good potential. Possibly is. I have no idea what's going on with helium. Helium has exploded in price. Okay, there. See, everything happens. Everything has potential in some way, shape, or form. Any other questions out there, guys? We have been going live for about an hour, so if there are no further questions, we might be signing off here soon. I think I got 2K pissed away since April on HNT Dreams. Hey, it all depends where you are too, how all that coverage works. If you're live, viewers go down. Blame RPM. He just went live too. Yeah, I figured he is. Yeah, it's about his time to go live, so I was assuming that he did go live. But that's all right. We're still sitting here with around 58, so we're not affected too bad. You know, there's a lot more CPU miners like to, you know, head out to this channel. It seems like. And we got our dedicated people. Everyone has their own dedicated people. Obviously, we can't compete with the big boys like that, though, but we try. We do what we can. Have any tips for someone getting into mining at this time? Devin Bellini. It all depends. Hey, Christopher Palazzo, welcome. So Devin, it depends what you really want to mine. Right now, it is a very hard time to get into any type of mining. CPUs is a little easier, but even now, I just looked, all the motherboards are being bought up. All the ones I like anyway. But when it comes to GPU mining, like finding hardware is hard enough. Like you just cannot find hardware anywhere. And when you can, the price is like 10 times what it should be. Like B250 mining expert motherboard is going for what, $400 to $700? No RAM, no CPU, nothing. Last summer, 2 summers ago, I got 2 B250 mining experts for $30 with a CPU and RAM. That's how bad the prices are right now. $60 for 2, or $400 to $700 for 1 currently right now. So insane, totally big difference. Then don't even talk about GPUs. Trying to get a GPU right now, good luck. Like, sure, you can get them. You definitely need deep pockets and increase that ROI value for you. So really, it's not worth it. Some of them you might not even ROI depending on the price you get your GPU at. What's the most you would give for a 3900X in USD? I don't really know. So my complete builds, I'm just going to look this up here. So they go anywhere from $800 to $1,000 Canadian. So I'm just going to go at the max price. I did just pick up 2 of them for $1,300. So that's like $650 for 2 rigs. Is pretty good Canadian. But I go a maximum of $1,000 for the complete rig. That's your motherboard, CPU, your cooler. The 3900X, the Prism cooler works just fine with it. So that reduces that. You need your SSDs. Depending on how you're going to power it, you need your power supply and everything. So about $1,000 Canadian is the max I would go on building a CPU miner rig. So I'm going to convert that to USD and see what that price actually is for you, because I don't know. So it looks like $802. So about $800 USD is about, I guess, what I'd max that out at. H&T just dropped a new 5G H&T hotspot. Yeah, I bet they did. I'm still waiting on the very first one from somebody. You use 3950X Ryzen. What do you think to change cooler? I do use the 3950Xs. Let's just jump into here. And no, the stock Wrath Prism cooler, I don't think that comes with it. So if you have a bunch of extras, or you see one cheap, then you're totally fine. The Wraith Prism cooler works 100% on the 3950X. And here you can see it right here. Here's my temps. Actually, let's look at the temps on this rig. So this is the Wraith Prism cooler on this 3950X. Get it bigger here. So you can see we're doing 56, 56, 56 across the board. So that's not too bad on that rig. Which rig was that, so I can compare it to another one? Is that rig 7 or 8? So here's rig 8. So here's rig 8, 57 degrees. Now let's just slap this on a 3900X and see what the difference is. So rig 5 is doing 48. 48 on rig 5 here. Now rig 1, 46. Like, this is an NHD 15 here at 46 on the 3900X. Rig 2 is doing 49. So the stock Wraith Prism cooler is 100% fine. Our temperatures are way within where they need to be. Like, AMD recommends you can run their CPUs 80 to 95 Celsius all day, and we are definitely way under that with the stock Wraith Prism cooler on even up to the 3950X. So yeah, when it comes to cooling the AMD CPUs, you're just fine with their stock stuff. You don't need much to actually cool them, which does help on prices. Now, if you're talking about Intel, you need the biggest, bulkiest cooler you can possibly find to run their smallest, worst CPU they possibly can make. That's a little over exaggeration, but you know what I mean. You need something bulky to run their CPUs. And they don't even hash that well. No more than MSRP. Yeah, exactly. CPU mining, you should be able to get everything at least at a discount under MSRP. You shouldn't have to pay MSRP for any CPU mining type of products. Again, next year after the merge, that may change. So that's why I'm kind of building these CPU miners right now, because they're cheap, a lot cheaper. Next year, if people start figuring out CPUs are actually pretty good at mining again, then things could change. But yeah, I'm getting them all now while I can. You use 3950X Ryzen. What do you think? Change cooler. We went through that. Homegrown crypto. In my opinion, the easiest and cheapest way to get into mining is to buy 4GB GPUs and mine Ergo, Raven, and other coins with DEG lower than 4GB and pair with ZIL. Yeah, that is 100% true. If you can find a good deal on some 4GB cards, go for it. mine that Ergo, mine that Raven coin. That is definitely a good idea. Homegrown crypto, totally. If you want to get into crypto and not just Ethereum, then for sure do it. Do the 4 GB or less GPU thing, and definitely mine those other coins. The absolute best Raptorium CPU. You know, that's a really hard answer. It depends what you're looking for. You're looking for efficiency, you're looking for price to performance. Ultimately, I think one of the best ones to mine it efficiently and everything would be the 3990X Threadripper. That thing, according to all the specs and everything on that thing, is about, well, hash about the same as 4 or 5 3900Xs at a little less power, so it's more efficient. But when it comes to price, you could probably build like 5 3900X rigs for the price of that one CPU. Actually, you could probably build 6 3900X for the price of it, because you're going to need your motherboard and stuff as well, and the motherboards aren't even cheap. So keep that in mind. When it comes to price to performance, 3900X is probably the best way to roll right across the board. But if you did want the absolute best miner, it would probably be a hardcore Epic, you know, their top of the line server grade stuff, or, you know, the top of the line 3990X Threadripper, which is what, 64 core, 128 thread mining monster, which I wish I could get my hands on. I really wish I could try one of those, but the price is not worth it at all. Like I said, you could build 5 or 6 3900X rigs for the price of just the CPU of that Threadripper. Well, it's not. I don't think the 5950X is too much more. Now, again, I don't know for sure, because it's hard to get the power consumption on my workstation. I only have the one 5950X. It's in my workstation. When I hook a watt meter to that thing, I'm using like a little over 400 watts. But I got my 3080 in here. I got a bunch of fans. I got an AIO, and I got an X4 or X570 motherboard. So I'm using a lot more power than I really need to be for a CPU mining rig. But it's my workstation gaming PC, so I can't really measure the power consumption of the CPU specifically based on that, because everything else is drawing a lot more power than your typical just straight out rig. How much would that Threadripper rip a day? I'm not really sure. Like, well, let's just look it up here. So a Threadripper, it's 16 core, 128 threads, or 64 core. So you just divide that by, I guess if you want to compare it to a 3950X or something, so it's exactly the same performance as 4 3950Xs is the Threadripper. Or we can divide that by, let's see here, let's go 128 threads. We're going to divide, and it does have enough. It has a lot of L3 catch in it to run every single thread. Keep that in mind too. There's like 200 and some megabytes of L3 catch in that Threadripper. So it's an absolute monster. 128 threads. We're going to divide that by, what is a 24 thread, which is a 3900X. So 5.3. So it's going to mine about the same as a little over 5 3900X CPUs or 4 3950Xs. So I guess if I add that all up, that works out to be about, on the high end, $5,000 to build it with, you know, a 3900X rigs. But again, in Canada, the CPU alone is over $6,000. So it just does not work out. But it will be a little more efficient and save power. But, you know, I keep telling me different reasons why I should buy a 3950X and try it, but every time I look at those numbers and saying I could build this many rigs instead for a little more hash rate, then, you know, it just does not work out in my favor. I just can't see myself dropping it. I can't do it. Big pockets. I wish. I can't afford it. Can't afford it at all. That's why I need you guys to, you know, start slamming out some donations or something, so maybe we can afford something. How much would that Threadripper every day? I don't know how much. Is it actually in here? I don't think the 3950X is in this Mine Raptorium thing. Let's see. Mine Raptorium. See if I can spell it right this time. MineRaptorium.com. Go. Okay. So is the 3950X in here? No, it is not. We got a 3970X. What's that say? That's only saying 8. That's saying 8.5 kilohash. But that, so 3970X, what are the specs on the 3970X? 3970X specs. Let's take a look at the 3970X. It is 32 core, 64, or Delio, 64 threads. So 128 megabytes of L3 cache. So again, you can run 64 threads on this. Maybe I should look into this one. Might be a little cheaper. I'm just kidding. So now let's compare this seriously. Look at this thing. 3990X specs. Oh my gosh. This thing is a monster. Okay, look at that. Price to performance, blah, blah. Look at 64 cores, 128 threads, and then so double. So I guess we can just pretty much double this number here. So this is doing 8.5 kilohashes. So let's just add this to my calculator. 8587 times that by 2. Oh, I did that wrong. 8587 times 2. So, oh my gosh. The 3950X, number-wise, based on these numbers, remember, this is overclocking a little more than you should, wasting power. But doubling this, 17.1 kilohash is what that monster would rip. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I want it so bad. I can't afford it. I really can't. I'd lose my house if I went to, purchase that thing. No lies. But, oh my god, you imagine one CPU hashing Raptorium at 17 kilohash? Oh my, like seriously. I need that thing in my life, but oh my gosh, 3950X. AMD, come on, send it to me, please. I email AMD like once a week. I think they're getting mad at me or something, or sick of me. They keep saying, sorry, we're not looking for any more sponsorships in our program. But like, come on, man, I can help sell CPUs. I can help push these. Like, I love these things. People love CPU mining. It's becoming profitable, blah, blah, blah. And they just keep coming back. Sorry, we're not looking for anybody else in our sponsor program. Oh man, but that CPU is a monster. Oh, I wish I never did that. I wish I did not look at that estimator of hash rate. 17.1 kilohash out of one CPU. I wonder what the power is, but it's supposed to be more efficient. It's supposed to be fairly efficient because you're just doing the one, and then your motherboard's another who knows how much, and then oh, the 3990X is a dream come true. And you know what? That's last gens. That's this gens. They're supposed to be making even a better Threadripper next year. Threadripper is actually supposed to be seeing a big update next year. So I wonder what's actually going to happen with that one and what that price tag is going to be. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, any of you guys want to sponsor me for a Threadripper? That'd be nice. Any of you guys out there like loaded and rich? I really want this thing so bad. Let's just... Why am I even looking at this? I want to look at more. Okay, let's look at this. 3990 90X Amazon. Look at this thing. Like seriously, is there a business discount? Nope. $6,886. Oh, plus you have to pay $1.59 for shipping. Really? You have to pay to ship this thing too, so it's probably imported. So now you're gonna have import fees. Brand AMD. Oh, Patrick, thanks. $1. Okay, add to cart. Where are you? Oh, add the wish list is all I get. Patrick, I was ready to get this because of you. Thanks a lot for the $1 donation. I was ready to roll. I thought, you know what? We can finally order this thing. And now it's just add to wish list. So like, is it not even being made or what? I'm just kidding, but see all buying options. Let's check that out. 68, 7,000, 7,200, 7. Oh my gosh. Add to cart. I just added it to my cart, guys. It's in my cart. It is. You see that? It's in my cart. Look at. I wish. Delete. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Delete. Oh my gosh. Why? I gotta stop looking at this thing. Seriously? Keep me away from this thing. Oh, don't keep me away from it. I want it, but like, oh, I'm just, I'm gonna break something. Fundwiser, thank you much for the $5 donation. Maybe a couple thousand more of those, we'll be able to buy 3/4 of one. Newegg is cheaper? What? Newegg has them? Let me see it. 3990X Newegg. Guys, why are you guys doing this to me? Why did I look that up? Seriously, why did I look that up? What is this? How much is it? 75. That's not cheaper. What are you talking about cheaper? Maybe you're in the US. Proceed to checkout. Yeah, 75. It's way more expensive here. Oh my gosh. Hey, what is this? 39. What is a 3955? What is this thing? What's a 3955? What are the specs? What are the specs of you? You know, I gotta do a lot more research later. Oh, 64 megabyte. Oh, this is like a 3900X with more power. No thanks. 3950X in that thing. Okay. I got my hopes up for a second, but that's not it. Refurbished. They're refurbished Threadripper anywhere? Ah. Okay, enough of that. This is bad stuff. Bad stuff. Oh, 17.1 kilohash. Can you imagine? Imagine that. 17.1 kilohash? Oh my gosh. Bet you that video would get lots of views. This Threadripper will eat anything. Oh. What is 7000 NZD? I do not know what that is. Would love 3990X. Should work in the TR motherboard I already have. Oh, nice. Shipping too much. I'm out. Yeah. $1.50 shipping. Can't do it. That'll make you or break you right there. Getting close. He tested us with cart. Yeah, that's a car load. Oh, I know. It's insane. Canada computers 5300 not in stock. 53 Canada computer. Hey, let's check this out. You know what? I got an idea. PC part picker. They usually got everything in there. Okay, now we gotta adjust my screen. Why you know what? You guys are, I don't know what you guys are doing to me. Now we're on like a Threadripper tear. We're just looking around for Threadrippers everywhere. Alright. Canada. Engage. Browse. CPU. Anything here? 3990X. What is this? 5300. Oh, what? What? Out of stock. Shop BC 5300. What is this, guys? Look at. Look at. What? What? 5,301. That's like $1,800 cheaper. Is it in stock? It says it's here, according to that. Where's the picture? There's nothing back. Oh, back ordered. There's 3 of them back ordered. Oh. We were one step closer for a second, guys. One step. Why does it say in stock when it's back ordered? And then we obviously got Canada here, 68. Memory Express. So what is the cheapest here? PC Canada, 52. Oh, we were so close. Temporarily out of stock. Yeah, I think that's more than a temporarily. That's, oh my gosh. Quantity 3 to 4, you get discount. Hey guys. Guys, look at. Quantity discount. Anybody else out there? Oh, okay. Get back into here. Back into here. Oh my gosh. I'm getting too excited here. This is insane. It's insane. I gotta stop looking at that thing. It said 5K under bestsellers. Did it? Well, that's a bit better than my 558 hashes with no turning on. Oh, lots of views. Yeah, you have a Raptorium video on setup with Windows. Can you make a Hive OS setup video? I made a, you know what? I made a video for both. I made how to mine Raptorium like a boss in Windows 10 as well as like a boss in Hive OS. Can I find them here somewhere? I don't know where they are. But I do have both videos. Now, I did use rPlant Pool for those 2 videos. I do want to do an updated version with the latest miner and stuff as well. But I encourage everyone in North America to use, you know, the O11 data pool, which is this new mining pool right here. This is our community Raptorium mining pool. So if you do plan on mining Raptorium, or you currently are, and you're using a different pool, North America, come join it. Come mine with us. You know, it's very profitable. When I do all my profitability tests, that is the pool I am using when I do it. How to mine Raptorium. Where is my how to do it like a boss stuff? Previous. I must have passed it. How to mine Raptorium. Oh, great. Now I can't find it. Well, it's here somewhere. I did do a Hive OS as well as a Windows 10 version, though. So both versions are out there. They do need to be updated because of, you know, the new pool as well as the latest miner. That's back with 1.1.9, I believe. So yeah, I definitely got to update those videos. I'm still thinking about this Threadripper. It's haunting me. It's haunting me, guys. Obed, I'm gonna look it up. Very close. Does anyone know how much a Ryzen 2 would pull? Like power consumption wise, probably not too much. When I downloaded Raptorium on Windows, it doesn't have batch files, and when I looked up the pool you posted, I couldn't find the address for the miner. Yes, the 1.2.2, I guess the latest is 1.2.3 now. You use the JSON type of Ordelio now. But if you do need the miner config, where is it? Where is your sign up Ordelio? It's here somewhere. Click. Oh, now I can't find it. I'm butchering this, guys. Sorry. It's right here. Maybe it's in here. Oh, it's on the website here somewhere. I can't find it. All right. I can't find the pool address, but it is on there, I swear. But I do have it on those videos too. I do have it as a pinned comment as well. The link to it as well. Now look at Epic CPUs. You will sell anything you own and take a loan to buy the CPU for mining RTM. No, I know all about those Epics, but those things are way too pricey. No, just can't do it. And Threadripper has a better tear. Instead of saying Epic, I think someone's seen, giant Threadripper right across the thumbnail. They'll be like, what is going on here? But yeah, one day, maybe, a couple of years. Yeah, that was a problem. DJ Mines A2000s. A2000s. I need to get my hands on a couple of those too. A2000s, A4000s. Those would be some nice GPUs to try and test out. They're supposed to be fairly good, but again, I don't know what their power consumptions or anything is as well. But again, right now their prices are through the roof, so it's most likely not worth purchasing them. If you can keep the latency low for longer, I will switch. What do you mean? Latency on the pool is low or high? It should be down. We did just recently move to a new provider, so latency has been fixed, and it's a lot better than it was if you previously tried the pool when I first did drop that new mining pool video. A2000 70 watts or under, A4000 120 to 130 watts. That's not too bad actually. I think, what was the mega hash? It was in the 50s or 60s, something like that. I'm not sure. But alrighty. Okay, guys, are there any last minute questions? Now I'm stuck in this Threadripper thing. I'm not going to stop thinking about it all day. But we have been here for a while. We're going to have to wrap some things up. I'm also have to make that quick short video for all you members out there, because there will be $100 USD worth of Bitcoin being dropped to a valuable member of the community, which only members will be able to see that video once this live stream is complete. You can get a first gen TR 1900X 8 threads for $149. Yeah, but my 3900Xs and stuff are better than that 1900X Threadripper. If you're going Threadripper, you gotta go with the big bad boy. That's what we want to see. That's 64 cores, 128 threads of 200 and whatever megabytes of L3 cache. That's the monster we want to see perform at 17 kilohash average hash rate on Raptorium. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, insane. Where's the mining pool? I have a 5950X on Flock Pool at the moment. Mining pool, well, I'll direct you straight to the website here. Bam, copy. So this is the mining pool right here. That's a link to our Raptorium mining pool. Take a peek at that. Remember, rig names. Rig name is a big issue. You can only, no spaces, no special characters, letters and numbers only. So no parentheses, no periods, no spaces, nothing like that. Or you will find, like, you won't be able to connect. You get a stratum error or something. So if you are experiencing issues connecting to this Raptorium mining pool, make sure your worker name is, nice and legit. It's a little bit picky. 3960X. What do we got going on here? What's a 3960X now? Which Threadripper is that? 60X specs. 3960X. 24 core, 48 threads. Not too bad. It's not too bad. It's still not the huge beast, but it's pretty good. All right, guys. So, thank you everybody for watching. We're gonna have to wrap this up here. My throat is getting on the dry side. And you know what? I did drop a gaming video on my gaming channel. So if you guys did miss that, be sure to check out Rabid Gaming and check out one of my nice dinosaur arc playing game videos. If you guys were unaware, I had a gaming channel, which I do. So now you know. Check it out. Hit the subscribe button. I'm sitting at like a little over 700 subscribers on that bad boy. All right, guys, but I do appreciate everyone for showing up. Thank you again. Catch you guys on the next one. Rabid out.